Hi, and welcome to Rate That Album, the back and forth album review with myself, Paul Muad'Dib, and my great friend, Joe Fremming. Joe, how are we doing tonight, buddy?
Well, I sat through almost an hour and a half of William Shatner doing something.
Yes, so we are doing William Shatner's third studio album, Seeking Major Tom. Now, I want to preface this and say that his one with Ben Folds has been. I actually really enjoy that album. I don't know if you've heard it, Joe, or not, but I personally enjoy that album.
Yeah, I don't think I ever have. I've never really had any interest in. Because he's spoken word, so I really struggle with that sort of thing.
So you struggle with an hour and a half of spoken word.
Yes, an hour and a half of the fake William Shatner.
What do you mean the fake William Shatner? Go on, sir. Explain this.
What are you talking about? The real William Shatner died in 1968 in a car crash, Paul.
That's true. That's true. And it's the fake one. Yes, I remember this now.
Yeah. This isn't William Shatner. This is William Campbell, a Canadian actor who Gene Roddenberry hired to replace the dead Shatner in the original Star Trek show. They couldn't replace the lead a second time. They already replaced Pike.
That's true. They did replace Pike. If
you play the Ballad of Balbo Baggins backward, the Leonard Nimoy song. Mm-hmm. There's a hidden here's a hidden message that says, "Beam me up, dead man."
Beam me up, dead man. Beam me up, dead man. Oh, brilliant. Love it. I hope our audience got that reference, because that was an amazing reference, Joe. So, yeah, this is considered a concept album, which, okay.
Well, it's hard to have a concept album when it's made of songs written by bands that have nothing to do with each other.
This is what I was going to say. So, I mean, it's really a cover album, but it's considered a concept album, which I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if it can happen.
It's more like a theme. Like he takes David Bowie's character, Major Tom, introduced to the world in the song Space Oddity, which is on here. Mm-hmm. Other musicians have taken that character, but mostly, I think the lead track, Major Tom, that's a cover of some band that was like a tribute to Bowie. And Bowie pretty much turns this character into a giant piece of shit in the song that I don't know why Shatner didn't even include it, because it's a perfect end, Major Tom, with Ashes to Ashes.
Oh, I love that song.
Although I think I did read up that the song Black Star has a reference to Major Tom, too. And that was on Bowie's fantastic last album.
Which is a great album.
Yeah, it sounds like what Twin Peaks looks like.
Yes, that's a great analogy. That is a great analogy. Yeah, I absolutely love that album. It actually sucks. I remember telling a friend of mine, I was like, wow, Bowie still got it. I can't wait for his next album. And then he died.
Yeah.
And I was
he died I think a few days after that it was released.
It was 3 days after it was released, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think right before it was released, it was revealed he had that cancer. Mm-hmm. And that's what the Black Star is referencing. I guess that's a reference to like a black tumor or something.
I think so, yes.
Something like that. Yeah, so, So this whole album just reminded me I could be listening to a lot better album by a lot more talented artists. So thanks, Paul. I'd rather have been listening to David Bowie.
Yeah, let's go through this. So there's Major Tom, which is the Peter Schilling cover. And all these tracks feature different people. And I think the best way to go through this, Joe, would be almost like track by track.
Yeah, that's fine. I took notes for each track.
Perfect. So we got Major Tom, the Peter Schilling cover featuring Nick Valencia of the Strokes. Which, why?
Yeah. No, and he keeps bringing back. It's like a coda throughout the whole. At the end of songs, like he keeps bringing back Space Oddity.
Space Oddity, Major Tom. I think he brings back Rocket Man at one point, which is really jarring. Yeah. It made me think that something was wrong at first. Like when I was listening to it, I'm like, wait a minute, am I getting the wrong? Is there a mistake in the production? But no, it's on purpose.
You know, the answer to all your questions about this album, Paul, is yes.
Yes. Well, yes is on the album, so yes. And we'll talk about that when we get to it. There's certain things here that work. I mean, I know spoken word is whatever, but
there's stuff on here I really liked. So I mean, it's just I'd rather it have been like a 30 to 45-minute album instead of an hour.
That I will agree with, because there's things in here that are good, there's things in here that are boring, and there's things in here that don't work. And 20 tracks of it is too much. It's a chore. I'm gonna be honest, it's a chore to listen to. I think the first one, Major Tom, I really like what Shatner does with it in terms of his, spoken word. I think
I've never heard the original song, so I just like, yes, this is how it's opening, and then it goes into Space Oddity. I have a big issue with this one, Paul. I brought this up to you in a message.
Yes, you did. What did you? I'm gonna. Do you have a quote here? Let's see. Where is it?
I'll just bring it up right now.
Yeah.
So, the guitar player on this song is Richie Blackmore from Deep Purple. One, he doesn't do anything that sounds remotely different guitar-wise from Bowie's original. It's just acoustic guitar. And Shatner covers a few songs later, Space Truckin', a Deep Purple song he wrote, doesn't play on it. What the fuck?
Well, no, but he had Ian from Deep Purple on it and Johnny Winter, but we'll get to that. Isn't that... some of these...
that just shows, like, okay, so people, they don't know. Richie Blackmore's a giant dick. I think it's like, it was either like, my reasoning is they had another person from Deep Purple on that track and he didn't want to do it.
Oh God,
or he just didn't want to do it because it was a Deep Purple song.
that would make sense, because he doesn't add anything to Space Oddity in any way, shape, or form. Like, there's not. It's almost like a karaoke cover, musically.
Yeah, by a guy who doesn't know how to sing, so he's just reading the lyrics from the prompter, and he's pretty drunk.
Yes, absolutely. Then we move into a song that I don't think really works with the concept, but we're gonna say it does, which is In a Little While, the U2 cover featuring Lyle Lovett.
Hey, I was actually like, when Lyle starts singing, I was like, well, thank God there's some musician. Something musical on this album. I was like, thankfully, yeah.
And I will admit, I actually like this cover. I do. This one was to me was a good one.
I put it as a good one just because I like Lyle Lovett's voice. He has a unique voice. He was one of the best punchlines for Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, he was.
But Julia Roberts and Lyle Lovett announced they're getting divorced. When asked why, Julia Roberts said, "I'm Julia Roberts and he's Lyle Lovett."
God. Oh, rest in peace, Norm. You were a genius. And there's something about it that I think works with Shatner's spoken word.
It blended well. I mean, the song doesn't really work with the space theme, in my opinion, but at least the song, like, it wasn't like, because what comes after this was so fucking grating. I wanted to punch Steve Miller himself.
It's bad. Space Cowboy featuring Brad Paisley and Steve Miller, and it is a shit cover.
Oh God, the bass line is all over, and Brad Paisley comes out of nowhere with his like fucking country twang and like there's people out there who like that. I don't understand it, but whatever. I'm not gonna be snobby. But for me, I hate that kind of country, and that just grated on me.
Yes.
And the fact that like Steve Miller was along for the ride on this made it worse.
Yeah, I completely agree. When Brad Paisley kicked in, I was just like, "Fuck," and it completely lost
out of
me.
Nowhere too. It just like fuck, dude.
Yeah, fuck off. Yeah, no, that track did not work. Next, we moved to Space Truckin', the Deep Purple cover, featuring in Pace of Deep Purple and Johnny Winter.
Yeah, and this was weird. I wrote my notes. This sounds like something you hear like Tony Bennett singing in the 60s from like a mafia-run club in Las Vegas.
That's a wonderful, wonderful picture. Yeah, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
not good. Not good. Tony Bennett's good because he can sing. Shatner can't.
No, and it doesn't work with this one. It really doesn't.
Let's go to the song that made his musical career a thing. He does a redo of his infamous Rocket Man.
He does do, and it's with Steve Hillage of Gong and System 7. I don't like this version as much as his original.
No, well, so when he did the original, it wasn't a joke. People need to remember when he did his album in the 70s?
Yes.
It was like spoken word. Like he took it seriously. Like I think he was like trying to channel like Kerouac, like because it felt like very beat poetry type shit.
Very.
Like trying to do with popular music.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's in on the joke, and it's not as fun.
No, and it's just, it's a much more subdued version. Like, I mean, it wasn't a joke, but it was funny. Like Rocket Man, the original.
Funny. A lot of humor is the best humor to me sometimes is the unintentional.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Tommy Wiseau's The Room. It's the funniest fucking movie I've ever seen, and it was not intended that.
No, it was not. No matter what they fucking tell you, it was not intended that way.
No. So like shit like that to me is just hilarious. And like, so when he's redoing it, I'm like, he knows people think this is a joke and he's just leaning in, and it takes some of the magic away, I think.
Yeah, it does. I mean, drop this one, listen to the original because the original is way better. Next one is one I loved.
I love this too with Bootsy Collins.
Fucking Bootsy and Pete Mraz of Moody Blues and Yes. She blinded me with science. This is a fucking gem.
Oh, well, I like Thomas Dolby.
Me too.
Like my boss when I worked at CD Warehouse, he was really into Thomas Dolby, and he kind of got me into them. So, guy's fucking talented. Mm-hmm. And this was just like a fluke, like many early 80s hits were. I really like this. Like it's funky as fuck, man.
It's funky and it's fun, and the play between Bootsy and William Shatner feels really organic and great.
Yeah, and at the end, like if Shatner, it's like he was clairvoyant because I think he saw where America would be in 2021 when he says, "All this science, I don't understand."
Very true. Remember, there was a time when if you didn't believe in science, you failed.
Now you fail upward.
Then we go to another one I really liked, actually, which was Walking on the Moon.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
The Police cover with Toots Hilbert. And yeah, I kind of, I like this.
Right?
What's that?
From Toots and Mail, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
I like that. I really, for some reason, this one I really enjoyed the way it was done. The toned down music, the guitar, everything. It just, for some reason, I really liked that one. It was a little bit more of a mellow track.
Yeah. Because then we go into the worst bar band cover of Spirit in the Sky I've ever heard in my life.
I hate the original, so I
don't mind it. I like the guitar riff a lot, and I like the fact it's written by a Jew for Jesus. So
that's fair.
I'm a sadist, so whatever.
and this one features Peter Frampton, which I don't know what Frampton did on it.
Oh, the guitar riff? Like, I expect better from a guy. Like, say what you will about Frampton, because his albums like really suck, but he's not a bad guitarist. So.
He's not. He's absolutely not. He's actually a really good guitarist.
You listen to his stuff in Humble Pie, like he was a really good rock guitarist.
Yes, he was good, but whatever. But then he went down Peter Frampton way. I think it was the hanging out with the Bee Gees that fucked him up. But God, this is a bad cover. Like I said, I don't like the original a whole lot, and this just made it worse. Speaking of worse, Joe, Bohemian Rhapsody.
My favorite song in this whole album.
With John Welton of King Crimson.
Yeah. Best song in the whole album, Paul.
Oh, God. Explain, sir.
Oh, what's there to explain? It's just pure magic. And I really get a kick during the rockin' part, the scene in Wayne's World when the song gets to the rockin' part. And he just goes for it, man. And I couldn't stop laughing. It was amazing. He went all in on it. It was just...
He does.
I'll give him that, man. He gave it at least 40%. Opposed to the other 15% for the rest of the album.
Oh God, no! It's for me. Oh my God. Yeah, no, he does. He goes in, and good for him.
It goes wrong on him with Iron Man. So I'll give it to him on Bohemian Rhapsody.
Next we get the Silver Machine, the Hawkwind, the Lemmy cover.
A lot of people don't remember. A lot of people don't know. Lemmy Kilmister was in a prog rock band called Hawkwind. I actually like this cover.
I do like
Wayne
this
Kramer
cover.
from the MC5 is playing the guitar. Yep. I thought it was pretty good.
It was really good, and Carmine Appice of Vanilla Fudge and Rod Stewart's in on it. Hawkwind was also another underrated band, and they fired Lemmy, which did us all a favor because he got one of the best rockers of all time.
Yeah.
Then we get all right. Then we get Mrs. Major Tom, which is featuring Sheryl Crow written. Joe, this is not featuring Sheryl Crow.
It's just Sheryl Crow.
It's just Shatner's not on this song at all. He's
he had to go to the bathroom at some point, Paul. Like, he can't just be standing around singing nonstop while they're recording. He's got to get somebody else to. It's 20 tracks. Like, you got Shatner on 19. That's a miracle.
Yeah, I mean, it's jarring that it just, and this is a boring cover. The KIA cover is actually really good. It's a boring. Like, I'm not a big Sheryl Crow fan. That's just I'm not. I find her somewhat boring. And the original had some really good overlays of the voice and things like that. And they try to do it towards the end, and it doesn't work very well. I don't know. But to sit there and say this was featuring Sheryl Crow, no, this is a solo Sheryl Crow track on a Shatner album, which is weird enough in and of itself.
Yeah. Yeah, it was not good.
No. Next we get Empty Glass, the Tea Party cover, with Michael Schenker of UFO and the Scorpions. Yep.
I have 2 words in my note for this. Largely forgettable.
Yeah, we're hitting the doldrums of the album. It's, I mean, and the original again is a good song. It's a lot of people haven't heard it. It's a good song. I honestly hadn't heard it till I went to find all the songs that they had covered to listen to them. It's actually a really good song. It didn't play well here. Next, we get "Lost in the Stars," the Frank Sinatra cover featuring Ernie Watts of Zappa and the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, this was another forgettable song to me. Like, nothing stood out for it to me, so I really didn't have a whole much to write down.
No, it's another boring one. Shatner feels like he's in 10%. He just doesn't care. That's my opinion of it. And again, Ernie Watts didn't bring anything to the table for it. Joe, Gilmer.
God damn Gilmer. Yeah, next we got
Gilmer.
Learning to Fly, which we discussed at length in our Momentary Lapse of Reason review. I wondered if there was a way to make this song worse. And you know what? Shatner did find a way, because it's about just as bad as Pink Floyd, so it's a wash.
It's a wash. Yeah, with Edgar Froese of Tangerine Dream.
Yeah, hard to make the song worse, Paul. It's just.
It is hard to make it worse, and that's the thing. I mean, in one way, I felt it was better because I was like, okay, well, at least it's not really Pink Floyd.
Yeah, so it sounded like the musicianship sounded like Pink Floyd Muzak.
Yes, it did. But I'll be honest with you. One of the things that pointed out, though, having Shatner do it in spoken word, is just how bad the lyrics are.
Yeah, it really made the lyrics shine, and they're absolute shit.
They're absolute shit. It's no, this is not a good song. Like, when you listen to Shatner putting up the words and you go, that's what he's fucking saying? God, that's awful lyrics.
Now we go back into some country, Paul, with Mr. Spaceman.
Yeah, featuring Dave Davies of the Kinks. Hated it.
Did not like. Hated it.
Hated it.
That reference might be we might be dating ourselves, but yeah, Men on Film. Fantastic.
Fantastic. You're getting all the references on this one, audience. Yeah, no, this is a bad cover. Like, I'm not a big fan of the Byrds, honestly, to begin with.
No, I like them. I like some of the Graham Parsons stuff, but I like his stuff with Flying Burrito Brothers. The Byrds just do nothing for me.
No, they don't do anything for me either. And this is, oh man, this is a bad one.
No, this album's just a downhill spiral at this point. It doesn't get better. It just progressively gets worse.
Well, okay. Next one is Twilight Zone, the Golden Earring cover with Warren Haynes of Government Mule and the Allman Brothers Band. I actually like this one. It works for what the song is. Yeah, it was
fine until it started getting to the 7-minute mark. It's fucking long. It's bad.
It's a long track. They could have cut 2 minutes.
Considering the Golden Earring song was what, 3 minutes?
Yeah, it's not that long. I think it's about 3-4 minutes. Yeah. But Shatner's, I mean, length aside, Shatner's voice and what he does with it works well with the lyrics and what the song's about. But yes, 7 minutes is too long. Next, we get Struggle, which is an original track by William Shatner and the album's producer, Adam Hamilton.
Oh, you mean the guy from, God, what's that band?
L.A. Guns.
L.A. Guns, yeah. Not an original member. He's like second wave L.A. Guns,
Yep.
The post-lawsuit of the 80s L.A. Guns.
Yep. Yes. And we'll get to him because we'll talk a little bit about Adam Hamilton. But I hated this one.
Yeah.
It's bad. Not good.
It's like a ballad. It's kind of... And it's not the ballad of Bilbo Baggins.
No.
With the Beam Me Up Dead Man reference.
No, it's not. It's a struggle to listen to this one.
It's not as bad as the next track. We get into Iron Man with Zakk Wylde.
And Mike Inez of Alice in Chains.
And let's not forget, we get a weird Ozzy Osbourne knockoff vocalist that he's singing over.
Yes.
He couldn't even get Ozzy to do it. He had to get some guy who kind of sounded like Ozzy.
This was bad.
Now, so Paul, if we're talking What's the worst thing that ever comes out of the Black Sabbath name? Forbidden or William Shatner's Iron Man?
Oh God. Oh shit. Oh, this
Iron Man with a bullet for me.
Yeah, I mean a 40-minute demo or Iron Man. Yeah, I mean no question about it. This was
It offended all my senses, like with the Lindsey Buckingham album. Like it was like stinging me in all the wrong pressure points, making me just hate life listening to it. I don't the whole Zakk Wylde, the whammy thing that he does, I don't like it. I've never liked it. I get people really like Zakk Wylde. I don't. So you combine Zakk Wylde with Iron Man with William Shatner, and to me it's a double whammy. Yeah, but unfortunately it's not even the worst on this album, because that comes with the closer. The first song of this album is a Duran Duran cover, Planet Earth, where William Shatner sounds like a robot.
Yes, and it's with Steve Howe.
Auto-tune.
Yes. I think so. I think it was auto-tune. Now this one says it was with Steve Howe. Now in 2020,
Yes and Asia.
Yes, from Yes and Asia. Now Steve Howe told Rolling Stone magazine when they asked him about this, he said, "quote Get lost, absolutely get lost, and you can print that. I played some really good things on that, and they aren't on the recording. There's none of me in there at all. There's some guy playing what everybody else could have played, and I said, look, I'm not going to play the part that everybody knows is part of that song. That's easy. You can't make anything of it. So I did some single line stuff. God knows what happened, but when the record came out, I put it on, and there was none of me on there at all. As much as I think that William Shatner is fun and all that, he's a good friend of the bassist, Billy Sherwood, but that is rude. To credit me and not have me on there is just about the nastiest thing you can do. It's not a good thing to do." Steve Howe was pissed at this fucking song.
Yeah, I was too, but for different reasons.
Which leads me with knowing that, you know, there's some of these tracks, I feel like some of these people who they brought in weren't on it.
And, well, I mean, Space Oddity, you wouldn't know it was Richie Blackmore unless he was, except for the credit.
Right. I mean, you had that. I mean, Rocket Man. What did Steve Hillage do in it? You knew Bootsy was on Blind Amino Science. Okay, great. But what did Frampton do in Spirit of the Sky? That was, you know what I mean? Like some of this stuff just isn't. Like John Wetton of King Crimson on Bohemian Rhapsody. What the fuck did he do?
Oof. Yeah. This is a bad one.
I warned you we were going from the shit into the shittier. I warned you.
I don't know if it's shittier than Forbidden. It's just, this one is just longer.
It was long. It was better produced.
I'll give it that. It was better produced.
It was better produced, and there were songs on it that I actually could enjoy.
Yeah. So that's a wash. I don't know if it's the worst one we've heard yet. I think that still goes to fucking either Amanda Lear or Saint Anger.
Oh God, that's still, yeah. I give it to Saint Anger. Saint Anger is still the worst thing I've listened to. I'm still pissed about that. Jesus Christ. So yeah, I mean, that's, there was a show, I think we talked about it. There was like maybe 3 reviews of this album out there.
Yeah, 3 professional reviews at least I can find.
So what is interesting about this album though, and I don't think you would have known, is that it released at #1 on the Billboard Heatseeker charts in America. It debuted at #1.
That had to be a fluke.
Yeah, I mean, it must have been a bad week, but it debuted at #1 and number 147 on the Canadian album charts. What is that difference? I'm gonna talk about Peter Ferroli, who did a review on Cover Me, Cover Me songs. Did a review of this album back when it came out, and the first word that came to mind when reading the lineup of guests and their 20 galactic themes covered was epic.
Not my first thought.
No.
That was, what the fuck?
What? Yeah. And he says, when you arrive at Silver Machine, the Hawkwind song featuring Wayne Kramer of MC5, you feel as though you're sitting next to Shatner in a 70s plush lounge with lava lamps lit. Keeping things funky, Captain Kirk has hailed the mothership and beamed with Bootsy Collins. The closing track, Transplanet Earth, features Shatner's voice in a robotic staccato over the riffing guitars of Steve Howe of Yes and Asia fame, which we know isn't true. This guy loved the album, and he gave it 4.5 stars.
Sounds like a real waterhead.
I don't think this is a 4.5 star album.
No. No. I don't even think I'd give it a star. It's just like, no, it's not. Everything about it seems to be wrong. It just.
I didn't see it, but apparently there's a music video for Bohemian Rhapsody, and the New Zealand Herald labeled the video as, quote, typically bizarre. Apparently New Zealand's the only people that saw it. I don't know. I don't know. I give it 1 star. There's some things here that I enjoyed. I mean, I think if you had gutted basically Mrs. Major Tom down and maybe ended with Twilight Zone, got rid of Empty Glass, Lost in the Stars, Learning to Fly, Struggle, Iron Man, Planet Earth, and just had it a 12-track album, I think this would have been a better album.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's so bloated like the man himself.
Yeah, it's well. Now you met William Shatner, didn't you?
Yeah, I met him at Comic-Con. Did a photo op with him with my ex-wife.
And what
he smelled like bourbon.
That's just gonna ask you what your statement to me was. He smelled like whiskey.
Yeah, he smelled like whiskey. Yeah, I'm sure those Comic-Cons pay the bills, and they're not a whole lot of fun. So I'm not entirely blaming him for wanting to booze it up before having to do his photo ops.
Oh man,
yeah, he was weird. He looked like he was made out of plastic. It was really strange.
Oh really?
Yeah, his skin looked all fucked up.
Oh God, and
he smelled like whiskey, and his skin looked weird. He just sat there. He didn't even say hi. He just looked at the camera.
Oh really?
He was fucking. I don't know.
Oh no, he didn't even say hi.
No. Well, I think he said hi to my ex-wife, but that was it. He was just you could tell he was just doing the motions to get the fuck out of there.
Oh God. Yeah, I mean, again, I if you get a chance, and I know this isn't a great album to introduce on, but I wanted to go to a bad album, and I knew this was a bad album. His Has Been album with Ben Folds is actually a really good album. It truthfully is. There's a lot of things in there. He does, Ben Folds. There's a great, Common People cover that he did of Pulp, which has got a lot of notoriety. Which I think is a brilliant cover that he did with Ben Folds. They play off each other very well. He does stuff with Henry Rollins that works very well. He does things with Amy Mann that works very well. It was lightning in a bottle, in my opinion, the Has Been album. It truly is a great album. Lightning in a bottle did not strike twice on this one.
Well, you didn't like his 2020 album, The Blues?
Oh God, I haven't brought myself to listen to it yet. To be honest with you,
there's a lot of the Same people on this. You got Brad Paisley, Richie Blackmore. Oh God, Canned Heat. Jesus.
I know. I haven't brought myself to listen to it yet. I know it's there.
What about Shatner Claus? You did the Christmas album, Paul. Are you going to play that for your children? The holiday season?
He did do a Christmas album, and
Henry Rollins sings Jingle Bells with him.
Oh God!
We might have to bring this up once the holiday season starts, huh?
Yeah. Well,
we're just a few weeks away, Paul.
We're have to do that and just Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. No, I have I have one that I'm going to totally bring up for when we get close to the holidays that I think needs to be listened to. But yes, he did do a Christmas album. It is what you would expect. It is Shatner in all his fucking glory. Joe, would you?
Rick Wakeman and Ian Anderson on his Christmas album. He's got Iggy Pop on there, Paul.
I know. It's what you'd think it would be, dude. It's hilarious. I mean,
that's in my pocket for around the holidays. We'll be listening to Shatner Claus.
Yeah, no. He's got
jingle bells.
Oh God, Blue Christmas with Brad Paisley again. Oh God.
He must really like that Brad Paisley guy.
Oh my God, they must just get along oh God. Fuck Brad Paisley. I hate that guy. Oh God, yeah, Rick Wakeman
and Ian Anderson. You got the classic Yes guys
doing Silver Bells. Silent Night with Iggy Pop. White Christmas with Judy Collins. Feliz Navidad with Danny Bender. Yeah, dude. You're gonna have to break that one out for the office. I think.
We'll do that during Christmas.
Todd Rundgren.
Yeah, Todd Rundgren. The guy who discovered Sparks is now crooning Christmas carols with William Shatner.
Oh my God! What a strange, strange world that Todd Rundgren has lived.
This is just proof that we're in the darkest timeline.
William Shatner gets a Christmas album. Oh God! The funny thing is, with all the Christmas songs that come out, they play all the same shit. I would actually welcome the occasional fucking Shatner song. I think if I was walking through the mall and heard Shatner's Winter Wonderland come on, I'd be all right with it.
I guess. What the fuck's a mall?
God, we really dated ourselves in this album, didn't we? In this episode.
Remember we called people on rotary phones?
Oh, God. Remember when we used to go to a store and rent VCR tapes?
Used to have to buy porn in a porno store.
Remember when a dime bag cost a dime? Joe, would you recommend William Shatner Seeking Major Tom?
No. It's like if it was down to I'd even say 10 tracks instead of your 12. If it was 10 tracks, I probably would, but not at 20. That's just you're demanding too much out of what is essentially a novelty album.
Yeah, I would say, if you're curious, there's definitely tracks to check out. I mean, the She Blinded Me with Science with Bootsy.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
It is.
Again, I'm not putting any of these on a mix. That's just, I cannot have this shit popping.
Wait till you get to the Christmas album. Yeah, She Blinded Me with Science. That's a great song to check out. His cover of Bohemian Rhapsody, for what it is
I liked it. I actually liked his cover of that. So,
there's Walking on the Moon. I liked that cover. I mean, there's things here where I'd say check it out. If it's a curiosity. But it definitely isn't something that's going to be playing all the time, and definitely don't be the guy at the party that takes over the fucking aux cord and plays this fucking album. Don't be that fucking guy. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely some tracks to check out. Joe, what do you got going on at the Joedown?
This week we're going to be releasing the review of Steel, the Shaquille O'Neal Superman movie with no Superman in it.
Yes.
I don't know what Brown has up next. He hasn't told me, so.
Oh God, yes, Steel.
I watched the first half hour today at the gym, and it was laugh out loud bad. It was bad. Like, Shaquille O'Neal has no. I don't know if you would ever assume this, Paul. Shaquille O'Neal can't really act.
No.
I know this is a controversial opinion, but he's not a good actor.
No. Shaq's. What are you talking about? Shaq has a great IMDb page. What are you talking about? He's been in a lot of things.
As well as he can throw free throws.
I mean, he was in Freddy Got Fingered.
That's a fantastic movie. I don't know why you're joking about that.
He was in Kazam. Remember Kazam? Yeah. No. God. Oh my God. Don't get in the Mandela effect. Yeah, no, Shaq's. I don't know. I think that's a controversial take. I think Shaq was great in The Simpsons. So, oh my God, that's funny. All right, well, Joe, what album are we doing next week?
It's been a sausage fest here for a while, so I'm going to go to a female singer.
Okay.
And I'm going to do an album I like, but I don't know if you will.
All right.
We're going to do Lemonade by Beyonce.
Oh, wow. All right. Going straight for the hits here. All right.
We're going for, we're doing Lemonade.
Wow, we're going from William Shatner to Beyonce.
Hey, we're all over the map here on Rate That Album.
Right? All right. Yeah, absolutely. I know a couple of tracks off of it, but I don't know the full album. So I'll be interested to listen to this all the way through. And you said you like this album.
I like it. Yeah.
Okay.
I've said this before. I'm a sucker for female pop singers. Like, they just whatever. It's just how I am.
All right. Perfect.
Well, unless they're like auto-tuned or that bad baby who wants everybody to cash her outside. How about that? We're making celebrities out of people who just butcher the English language.
Oh, God. Another reference that people aren't going to get.
She's a millionaire now, Paul. So
what?
Yeah.
What?
She had an OnlyFans and everything. So. Are
you serious?
Yeah.
Fuck, I hate life. We live in the darkest timeline. God damn it. We live in the darkest fucking timeline when that kid's a fucking millionaire. Goddamn Dr. Phil.
Oh, he's a real doctor.
God, he's like Dr. Oz, except less likable.
Oprah really ruined this world.
God.
Bullshit. Al Bundy was right.
Oh, God, we do live in the darkest timeline when Al Bundy was right. All right, Joe. Fuck. Do you want to take us out?
No.